Hello to everybody. It's me again. God. How much of me can you guys put up with? I may find out. Just hopefully I won't find out in a very hostile way. My name's Arctic. This is my channel. In my little corner of the Twitch universe, which I call Arctic's Empire. This is going to be Series 7 of This Lego is Lava. And this time we're going to do, you can see it in the upper corner. That doesn't seem centered properly, does it? It is not. Something got moved. Just give me a second. Nope. Okay. Alright, that looks about right. Yeah, this time we are going to be building... Well, actually, this was the last build. I finished this earlier today. That was about 6 hours. These rods right here with the clamps on the ends, they were the hardest part. I still don't have a solution that I'm happy with in trying to... in an attempt to put them together and assemble them in a way that I was happy with. So I ended up strong arming it. I made a new notation called revisit. So at some point in time I'm going to come back and see if I can figure out a better way to do it, which I think I did. So at some point I will probably redo that part of the build. So we are now going to do this one. I'm pretty sure I haven't done this one before. So that... yeah, there we go. Okay. Now there are other parts to this, but I'm going to leave that out for now. I've started saying that I'm not going to do the minifigs anymore. Minifigs are no longer lava. It's just I'm really getting tired of doing the minifigs. They're a little more cumbersome than, well, they're a little more tedious to deal with than I would have expected. So, yeah, I don't do them no more. Okay. Now, I'm curious as to what tools I have and which tools I'm going to have to make to finish this set. There's a stand from the previous build, another one. What else? That's the remnants of another tool. And then I've got these. This I actually used, and I believe I used that. And that. So I've been using all kinds of tools in the build. Now, I haven't really organized all these tools in a while, so let's make some sense out of this. Just a quick cleaning. I actually got a chance to use these two tools in particular. I haven't really using that often, but this time they seem to be needed, so fortunately I had them. I do have two of them. Okay. Okay, so at some point I'm probably going to have an official layout that I'll always stick to, because once you've organized something in a way you like, chances are you're going to want to maintain that. So, along with everything else. Okay, so let's build something. Let's get this out of the way. Off the top of my head, I don't know any specific tools I'm going to need to make. Okay, now wait a minute, where are we? There we go. Notation for the next build. These parts have dust. The set sat out on my desk for a year or two before I broke it down and put it away. Oh well. So, let's get to it. So that's an 8. That was my phone. That is an 8, yes. That is not. That's a 6, that's a 6. That I'm just gonna guess is a 12. There we go. Okay, so, and then I still don't know the name of these. I haven't actually looked anything up with Lego in general, just to see the terms they use. There we go. I think in general I am getting better at just flipping the parts over to orient them the way they need to be used. An axle already. Axles are interesting to deal with. That's just to help prevent it from sliding off. So let's see. Would that do it? No. This might be the best thing to use. It's 3 beams with a short stud. Let's try to think. That one? No. Trying to remember how I built this one. No, that's a stand. This is designed for that. Okay, so take that, put it on its side. Well, actually, why don't we... I realized none of the tools look all that finished and polished. But so far, they work well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to... Okay, so we're just going to drop that in play. Oh, wait a minute. Can I get away with moving it up that close? Not quite. Okay. Okay. This isn't going to work quite as well as I'd hoped. Okay. There we go. Now, apparently I'm supposed to center it, so... that side. Okay, so that's done. Now I need 2 of these. Okay, so, oh yeah, right. I did, let me just copy that quickly. And we paste it in, so fixture, book 2 instruction 3. And next line. Itchy. Damn. And on we go. Yeah, I thought I may have built this as lava before, but no, I'm pretty sure no, I have not. This is my first time doing this way. That's one, and there it is. Okay, I'm just thinking. Bring the camera in a bit. Okay. Wait, I think we're ready to continue. Oh, techniques and beams and pins. So where is that? Okay. Oh, okay. Is it just me, or is something not right? I think I completely built this wrong. Whoops. So where did I mess up? I messed up there. This belongs in here. Not a big deal. Looks like I'm going to run into a space issue. Oh, wait a minute. Should I? So one side done. Actually, yeah, that's a better idea. Okay, so let's try that then. Oh, wait a minute, no, it's supposed to go on its side. Oh, we appear to have people here. Hi, my name's Arctic, and this part of the Twitch universe is Arctic's Empire. Okay. Oh. Okay. This show is this Lego is lava, which means the actual Lego set I'm building. Oh, wait. Oh, wow. Plan J, thank you. Oh, Juicebox J now. How are you, man? Lego block. Hi to everyone from Jay's channel. I'm sure you guys had lots of fun hanging out with Jay. I usually end my day on his stream channel. Hi, Angel Bright Sky. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm trying to make affiliate, so I need 8 follows. I need 8 follows, and I need to up my viewership up just a bit to 3, and then I make affiliate. And after I make affiliate, I can then spend more time developing some of my other ideas for streaming. Some with Lego, others are going to be like fictional blogs and vlogs and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll get there. First and most, and it's, stream. Alley Cat, hi. Hi to everybody. Yeah, sorry about posting stuff. Nightbot's not set up, so apparently it's being somewhat of a pit bull with everything. Sorry, I still have to set that up properly. Okay. I'm guessing you guys haven't been here before. The idea behind this Lego is lava, is the set I'm building is lava, so I can't touch it with my hands. So all the tools, and also now, because the way some things are assembled, the tools don't really do it. So I use other Lego pieces to build jigs, stands, and tools that allow me to build the set. Hence, I mean, that's a tool I've used. That's a tool. Oh, I keep forgetting. Yeah. That was a tool for a build. So everything in here has a purpose. And I just finished building this tool for the first time. I needed that because the beams go on the ends, but the axle hangs out, so I need somewhere to rest it so I can put more pieces in. No, thank you. Oh, Angel Bright Sky, thank you. Nay, Alley Cat, thank you all for your follows. They really count today. I got my fingers crossed that I'll make affiliate today. Originally, if I had made it, I was gonna play They Live. No, We Hunger. It's a mod for Half-Life that came out like 20 years ago. It's a scary zombie mod, which I've played a couple times. Scares the crap out of me every time I play it. That was going to be part of my witching hour segment of of my weekly broadcasts. Just doing stuff dealing with horror and suspense. So I was going to start playing horror games and thriller games and whatnot. Yeah, I appreciate every follow. So I am now... I need 5 more. 5 more follows. Gives me my 50. And I'm at 2.7 viewers average. So hopefully after a little while of doing this, that'll boost me up and I will finally qualify for affiliate. Okay, Jay, man, I really appreciate the raid. And I'm glad I didn't screw it up when you came in like you did the first time. I appreciate you sending all your people my way. I promise I'll do my best to keep them entertained and amused. Where am I? Okay, so I made a slight mistake. Okay, so there's the step I was just finishing. I'm not good with horror games. The zombie games freak me out, but I figured might as well overcome my fear. And if people get some laughs out of it, why not? I mean, we're supposed to suffer for our art, are we not? Okay, so no, I don't need that. So what was Jay doing today? Trying to remember. He plays Terraria. Oh, Dead by Daylight. I think that's the one. I see him play a lot. Yeah. And with it being Halloween, I keep meaning to sit down and watch some of the classics, which for me are the original Halloween 1 and 2, the original Fog, Prince of Darkness. What's the other one? The Thing. All the Carpenter movies. Enter the Gungeon? Yeah, I know he plays that a lot as well. Yeah. I like his stream. It's nice and relaxed. Everyone's just mellow. So is he. I think it's cool he spends more time with the viewers than he does playing the game. I am curious about the new Halloween. Especially now that they brought Laura Strode's back. I'm wondering if they'll sort of explain the power of Mike Myers. I've always thought it was some old family curse that was placed on the family. And that's the whole thing behind it. Oh, no wonder. I got it. It doesn't fit that way, buddy. Okay. Anybody else here do Lego in any way, or? I noticed there were a lot of streamers who they don't regularly build with Lego, but every once in a while they do. I know Ammunition, she did the Millennium Falcon, the huge one. When I came across her stream, that's what she was actually doing. And I've seen other people do the same thing. They, every once in a while, they'll do something that's not normally part of their stream. Actually, you know a really good horror movie? 13 Ghosts was really good. The story was, I thought, was awesome. And an old one from the 70s, The Legend of Hell House, with Roddy McDowell. I always thought Hell House was a good one. Unfortunately, these days, I mean, it's a lot of blood and guts, and that kind of thing is what goes for the horror, suspense, thriller stuff. I'm not much for it. Yeah, 13 Ghosts was awesome. Um, what else was good? Oh, the original My Bloody Valentine was really good too. It was just a simple horror story. It was really good, and it was made in Nova Scotia, late '70s, early '80s. There's a remake from one of the guys from Supernatural, which I liked, but I prefer the original. The original I thought was better. The remake of The Fog I didn't mind, but I think the plot in the end is overly complicated. Let's see, what else have I seen? Happy Birthday to Me. What else? The Boogeyman 1 and 2, Candyman. Event Horizon was interesting. I remember seeing that. I haven't seen that many. I know Paranormal is a famous one. I also like, well, actually, Scream. They were really good. Scary Movie, the spoofs. I like the first two. I've watched them about a dozen times each. I'd probably be watching it right now, but I do two kinds of streams right now. I do this, which I have a work table set up for, which you can sort of see. And then I also game. I do WoW for now. And I do that at my computer, my main computer, which is behind me. So I use a laptop for this, but the laptop's not up to par. So I use it to stream, but I watch the stream on a tablet. And because of that, I have sound issues where I can't run a movie because the soundtrack will then bleed into my show, and I can't do that because of the copyright situation. So I'd be spending all my time watching the horror movies and comedies and stuff like that while I was streaming, but I can't. Not yet. My computer itself, I'm having issues trying to keep that particular sound separate so I hear it and nobody else does. And I don't have the equipment to, secondary equipment that some people use. I just don't have that kind of stuff. I remember Amityville Horror when that first came out. I remember reading the book. Poltergeist, the first one, was phenomenal. That scared the crap out of everyone. And yet it wasn't gory, although the maggot scene, didn't care for that. No, not heard of Rabbit. Although I have. Really? How do they get by the. Oh, are they old movies with no copyrights on them anymore? Because I stream off of something called Tubi TV or Tube TV. Oh, talk about really bad 50s movies. Jeez. I'm also a big fan of the Asylum movies, the Sharknadoes, and all the. What the name was it? Octoshark? Sharktopus was great. Eric Roberts is in it. It was a really great bad movie. I've seen that about 6 times. So rabbit. Okay, I'm gonna try and remember that. Um, where can I? Where are we? Okay. I didn't know that. I heard anything on Twitch you can sort of rebroadcast. So I could watch riff tracks, which I spend a lot of time watching now. Apparently, I can play that while I'm streaming, but I'm not entirely sure. And I don't want to be the guy who gets in trouble. I mean, I know a lot of people are streaming music, and I know that they're, well, I guess they're waiting to be told they can't anymore. But so they'll keep it up until then. But I figure if I do it, they'll nail me right off the bat. Because my luck works that way. No, Murphy's Law. Murphy's a real person. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's about right, about 10 minutes. You can stay. I mean, you don't have to leave. I mean, I realize I'm not Jay. He has a really great show. Actually, his show helps me because I'm trying to learn from what he's doing, the way he is with his community and whatnot. I appreciate him showing up because I'm 5 followers short from making affiliate. So my fingers are crossed. I know there's a few other brick builders broadcasting right now. So I'm hoping when they finish, they'll raid, and I might pick up those last 5 I need. Oh, if you're wondering, I have 3 sets of hemostats. This is shrink wrap. You heat it and it shrinks. This is for wire insulation. I put them on the ends of the tools because one, metal on plastic, there's not a good grip, so the parts have a chance to, what I'm calling kicking, which means they go flying across the room, which has happened a couple of times now. I also put them on there because there's machine teeth into a lot of the tools, which leave marks on the Lego, and I'd rather not. So a number of tools are actually covered in this shrink wrap insulation. It works. I've noticed though that for the smallest hemostats, the ends chew up really fast. Whereas these are original, so I've done 6 sets already, and I haven't had to change these. These I just changed 3 days ago. And I finally put some on these tweezers. Which, I mean, I got a whole bunch of tweezers for, what's it, $3? Dollar store? Most of this stuff came from the dollar store. Dollar here, dollar there. Okay, so I am looking for a blower. There we go. Any other good horror movies, people? Yeah, I might be addicted to shopping, but it's hard to tell because I do it at the dollar store, so it never costs me much. I'm not going to put myself in the poorhouse that way, but yes, I suspect I might have a slight shopaholic problem. Actually, a lot of this stuff's from the dollar store. This particular tray, I got a few others. The bags I bought from the dollar store. I think secretly, anyone who goes to a dollar store 3 times in a month is probably a shopaholic. Cabin in the Woods I have. Um, when it came out, there was something about Peter Jackson produced it or something. He said it was a really good movie, and I'd heard. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen 28 Days yet, and I know that's supposed to be a zombie movie. Okay, what the heck am I looking for? Now this is where I run into a problem. I now use the book. Well, I don't. I use the online instructions, but sometimes the coloring on my screen, I can't tell if it's a black part or a gray one. And it's gray. It's dark gray, it's not black. That's why I can't find one. I've seen World War Z. I heard the book was really good. I have friends who've read the book, which apparently it's like a bunch of diary passages. So it's like Dracula. Dracula, I thought the ending sucked. The book. Um, Frankenstein, far better. Frankenstein smokes Dracula as far as I'm concerned. And it's considered the first sci-fi story ever written. And it's cool because a woman wrote it too. The Conjuring, no. Annabelle. Isn't Insidious that, like, it's practically a snuff film, isn't it? I think that's one of the ones I'm avoiding. I'll avoid Hostile. Seven was amazing, but Sloth still freaks me out. That one really bothers me. I'm just trying to think what other good movies are out there. Frankenstein? Frankenstein was amazing. Actually, I just finished reading all of H.P. Lovecraft. I think just about everything he wrote. It took me a while. I just a little bit every night, and I've read all of it. And I'm starting Edgar Allan Poe. I'm just reading in the order the stories are printed, and so far I'm not thrilled with him. 9? I'm not familiar with it. I did see Goosebumps when it came out last year. I thought that was good. And I actually saw all the TV shows because I think, was it Netflix had them all? Some streaming channel I think had them all. So I watched all of those. Goosebumps. What were the other ones? Are You Afraid of the Dark? There's an old horror movie from the 70s with Kathy Lee Crosby called The Dark, which was actually pretty good. It's made for television, but and the original TV show The Night Stalker with Darren McGavin. X-Files is partially based on Night Stalker. The creator of X-Files was a huge fan of the TV show. I think it only got 2 seasons before it was canceled, but I remember watching that as a kid, and it scared the crap out of me. There's also a famous short story from the 70s. It was a TV episode. It's about some kind of little African tiki doll about this tall, and there's a chain around its waist, and I guess when the chain broke, it came to life, So it's hunting this woman in her apartment, chasing her down everywhere with a knife in its hand, trying to kill her. It's considered one of the scariest television episodes that to ever air. No, I don't know. I'm definitely interested. Track that one down. Yeah, I'm gonna look that one up. And I just realized I forgot to turn the stopwatch on. I saw The Ring. I don't think I saw the second one. I think I saw The Grudge. I saw the first two Saw movies, and then I lost interest. I just creative ways of torturing people just doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't interest me very much. So this is all done. I'm not. No, I've not seen the Japanese one. What was it called? I can't remember. I think I remember hearing the name because there was so much talk about the movie, the American movie, and people commented about the original. Reincarnation. How Buddhist. So it's a Buddhist horror story? Okay, I typed that one out. Jeepers Creepers, I thought was really scary. I didn't see the other. There's what, at least one other? Two others? I saw the first one. The first one, yeah, definitely. Uh, Bone Tomahawk, didn't like. It was just a snuff film, really. The way they killed the one guy was absolutely pointless. I think it was done just to freak the hell out of people, out of the audience, and I just, you know, if you're a good filmmaker, make a good film. Don't rely on the cheap shock thing. Unless you're doing Evil Dead with Bruce Campbell. Army of Darkness is awesome. I remember after Halloween came out, there were so many horror movies out all the time. I mean, that's when Friday the 13th started. Nightmare on Elm Street started. I think Amityville had a couple of sequels, one or two. Boogeyman, there were two of those. Funhouse, that was another one. It was only the one. There never was a sequel to it. I finally saw it years later, and no, wasn't very good. Which Dracula? I mean, as I said, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember one that actually ends the way the book does. I think generally Hollywood won't. It's really funny, actually. Frankenstein movies don't do the book justice, but when it comes to Dracula, they spice up the ending to make up for the crappy one. So it's like, you know, all justice for Dracula, but Frankenstein's a monster gets no cred. Like the old one, there are a lot of them. What's his name? Louis Jourdan played Dracula. Christopher Lee played Dracula. Gary Oldman played Dracula. Leslie Nielsen played Dracula, but that was a comedy spoof. I can't remember, but yeah, there are so many of them. The Gary Oldman I did like. Um, the Frankenstein with Robert De Niro wasn't bad. I think that's the closest one I've seen that's true to the story. Do you remember how old the movie was roughly? I mean, is it from the 50s, the 60s, 70s, 80s? I think the 60s. I love Vincent Price. Actually, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Oh, was it just Sleepy Hollow with by Tim Burton is probably my favorite movie he's done. Although I thought Edward Scissorhands was awesome as well. And it was great. It was the last time we got to see Vincent Price. Have you ever heard of a show called The Hilarious House of Dr. Frightenstein? It's an old Canadian show made in the 70s. Vincent Price does the intro and the exit monologue, and he does little bits throughout each episode. There's like 170 episodes. There's a whole bunch. They're only a half an hour long. Apparently YouTube. Someone posted them all on YouTube. Yeah, and Vincent Price is in a number of the episodes. Most of it's just Billy Van playing 10 different characters. It's goofy and it's weird, but it's awesome. And you get to see more Vincent Price than you see just about anywhere else. The Orphanage? I think I've heard of that one. Oh, then, what's her name? Turn of the Screw was made into a movie. I heard it wasn't bad. Nicole Kidman, she was in that one. Oh, and then you've got the Omen movies. I remember the original. I had a friend when I was a kid who devil flicks freaked him out. Okay, Orphanage. Okay. Where am I? I've lost track. No, okay, no, we're puttering along. Bela Lugosi. No, Bela Lugosi's the most famous Dracula. Yeah, I'm thinking that's who you were talking about. It's either that or Christopher Lee. I think he did a black and white as well. I remember Carrie as a kid. Scared the crap out of me right at the end. Salem's Lot was on TV. That scared the crap out of me. Of course, I was only 8 at the time. And what am I looking for? I am looking for that. I think I finally saw Rosemary's Baby. And I, as I recall, I didn't care much for it. I didn't see the what people saw in it. Now it's hard to believe this is supposed to be is it going to be a helicopter. It looks like a dragster so far. Okay, so let's put that over there. Red Rose doesn't ring a bell. Um, Phantom of the Paradise. That's oh, what the hell's his name? Brian De Palma. It's sort of a Phantom of the Opera, but a rock and roll version of sorts. It's a little goofy, but it's actually not bad. And if you've never seen Paul Williams, it's kind of interesting to see. Rose Red. That name doesn't ring a bell. Oh, Ravenous. That was an awesome one. I'm a fan of Wendigo stories. I live up in Canada, so Wendigo stories are apparently rather common. Anywhere that gets a harsh winters, the First Nation people and the Native American peoples all have stories about Wendigos. I've read. I liked it. Didn't like the ending, but apparently he's known. Apparently he admits he knows his endings are not great. I read that one. I read The Stand, the short version, and Doomakey. Liked all of them. Was not thrilled with the ends. I do like his writing. I do recommend H.P. Lovecraft. Most of his stories are fairly short, and they're weird. Um, Stephen King's a huge fan. Let's see, H.P. Lovecraft. The Mountain of Madness, I think. Yeah, a friend of mine in high school lent me a couple of the books of short stories of him. I hadn't read anything of his stuff for years, and then I just finally decided, let's get back to reading the classics. So I started with him. I've also read some Asimov, the Foundation series, I, Robot. Did I read I, Robot? I think I did. I haven't seen it yet. No. My ex-roommate saw it, and he said it was good. He liked it. Okay. As a general rule, I don't do decals. I leave them in mint condition. I never use them. So those are stages I can skip. Okay, that's what he did. Okay. Well, fingers crossed. There's one, and there is two. I heard it was really good. I know some of his movies didn't translate well. Um, Maximum Overdrive, not great. Oh, the one with oh Franco. Was it 231163? The one about the Kennedy assassination? They made it into a short TV series, miniseries. That was good. My roommate read the book, loved the book, and according to the movie was good. Is that the one with John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson? Yeah, I saw that. I liked it. Didn't know what was going on before I saw it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that one. Um, oh, there's one called Identity. I think Cusack's in that one. That's sort of a weird thriller whodunit. That was really good, actually. Oh, and an awesome one. The original April Fool's Day was fantastic. Right down to the end, and it was like, oh, okay. I read on and off, so I've only been back to reading recently. Hence, I've only read Lovecraft, and I'm working on Edgar Allan Poe, and so far I'm not thrilled. I know people talk about Hemingway's writing style being very short and to the point. So now that I'm reading Poe, I'm like, I might read Hemingway next because the flowery is a little annoying. I mean, I'm okay with it with Tolkien. I'm fine with him being very wordy. For the most part, Anne Rice, I have no problem with her doing it. But I find, writers from the 19th century, yeah, it's a little annoying. They seem pompous and desperate to show how witty they are and their vocabulary. Oh, really? I'm a big fan of Cusack. I remember like when he just started out. There's a movie called Better Off Dead. It's about how much it sucks to be a teenager in high school, and it was great. And he's disowned it. He's not happy with it, and I'm like, dude, you suck. That movie was great. Which Comic Con is that? Where is it? I have no idea where they are. Like when it comes to next month will be so and so, and this week is so and so. I know Toronto just had theirs a couple of months ago. War of the Worlds? No, not yet. At some point, I might, but I'm not sure what else is on my list. I want to read the Dune series again. Okay. Okay, so we need to make something. Oh, right, that's what I wanted to do. Where is it? Okay. San Antonio? That's Texas, right? Sorry, my geography is not great these days. Oh, yeah, okay. Now, I hope I remembered this right. Almost. So I need to do this. Let's reverse the sides and see what this does. Now, I live in a small town about 45 minutes from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Ow, that kind of smart. Not cool. No, I've never read it. I didn't even know it was a book. Okay. I hope this works. It's still a crappy fit. Okay. There we go. Oh, thank you, Alec. I appreciate you coming out. Thank you for the follow. You have a good night. And you're always welcome back, although I realize people are going to be hanging out with Jay more, which I understand. It's unfortunate he's called it a night because after I was done, I was going to watch his show. Hans Christian Andersen? Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Okay, so this works much better. You just put the pin in. This particular tool has a blue pin that sticks out just a little bit into the second lower beam. So when you snap onto a pin, it can hold the pin, but the pin can't lock into place. So it means as soon as I insert it in the right spot, like that, it snaps in, and then I can pull it and it stays behind. So yeah, I've used that a lot now. This is probably going to be one of the most used tools I've made so far. And that's about the third or fourth version of this tool used to try and hold the pins so I can lock them in and put them in place. So that worked out well. Now that so we're on instruction 6. Now okay. Okay. Now I have to, where is it? This is all part of the tail rotor. So the question is, how I suppose we could do this way. Let's grab... No, 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 no. I got bags of extra Lego here. All of it is for the sole purpose of making tools so I can keep going. I do. I have one of those compilation books, I guess they call it, which is all the stories. And I got about halfway through it when I gave up because they get really repetitive. I mean, it's always some young girl who's been left money and estate, and people fear for her life because someone's trying to steal her money from her and kill her. And a number of the stories were like that. So after a while, I got tired of it. Although as the character, I think Sherlock Holmes is awesome. I've seen a lot of the movies, a lot of the TV shows. Elementary, which is still being aired. I think they're on season 7 now. I think it's fantastic. It's got Johnny Lee Miller and Lucy Liu. Yeah, it got renewed again. Apparently, its ratings here are not very good. It would have been canceled under normal circumstances. However, its European following is really strong. So that's why they haven't canceled it, which I'm grateful for because I really enjoy the show. So we take that. And we take that. You haven't been able to watch them? Okay. Actually, no, that's not the best way to go about this. Right. I have an extra spacer in there. Take it out. Then it'll work. There we go. Now, how can I do this part? I thought I had a tool for this. Oh, I see. Yeah. I remember those days. But right now, I live alone, so I watch whatever I want to watch when I want to. Where is it? Nah, let's not worry about it. So, let's just angle this down so you guys can see it. Huh. And then we just take the clamp off. And there's another step done. And that was instruction 7. And back to this. So, good lord, it's a giant 3-bladed prop. How come I can't see it? It should stand out like a sore thumb. Oh, it's black. I'm looking for gray. Okay, there we go. I'm thinking gray, so I'm ignoring all the black parts. And really? I know scholars are trying to figure out if he was real or not. There are arguments for and arguments against. They think he's based on a 6th century character. Okay, so where did... no, it doesn't really matter. It seems to work fine. Okay, so put that in there. And then we pick it up with this one. Now picked it up. And I don't think there's a front and a back on this, so put it in, pop it off, done! I once read Don Quixote, the original unabridged version, which is really tough to read because the punctuation is almost non-existent. So a paragraph can go on for pages, and they don't start new paragraphs for conversations with people. So 3 people can have a conversation in a single paragraph, and it's difficult to figure out who's talking. But overall, it's a fantastic book. And it's considered the first novel ever written. It really is amazing. One day I'll read that again. I call it the hardest read you'll ever love. That's saying a lot, isn't it? Whoa. That is what we call kicking. We do not want parts kicking. There we go. Oh, Don Quixote, yeah. When was it written? 1400s? Apparently, outside of the English language, he's considered on par with Shakespeare by some scholars. Which is curious because all of us English speakers don't know much about him. He doesn't get the praise that apparently he warrants. Yeah, he's considered on par with Shakespeare, which is... that's a bold statement. It's the only thing by him I've read. Well, actually, there's 2 books. There's the original. Someone wrote a fake one, like, yeah, someone continued the story. He got upset about it, so apparently he wrote an actual sequel to his original. Yeah, I had to. 6, 7, 19. Where are we at 19? Cool. 19, and there's 76. So I'm a third of the way through this build. Okay, this helicopter is bigger than I remember it. I mean, I still have the cockpit to put on the front. Okay. If you don't mind me asking, the layout of the screen for the show, what do you think of it? I do worry there's too much in there. I don't. There's too much information. There's too much useless information. Most of the time I'm streaming, there's nobody here, so I can't get any feedback on how it looks. Though it occurs to me there is a problem. Okay, that's a bit better. So I am down to, I need 5. Okay, I think by the end of the weekend I'll have my 5 more followers and I'll finally be affiliated. Yes. Okay, now I'm guessing, yeah. I did not take these apart because trying to get the inner turbine out looked like it was going to damage parts trying to take it out, so it's in there and I'm not going to do anything about it. Not that it takes a lot of time to put it together, so. What am I looking at? Oh, okay. I thought it might be a little busy. I mean, most streams I do would not be anywhere like this. I mean, 3 cameras? Don't really need it. I mean, yeah. Well, maybe something will come to me down the road and I can clean it up a little bit. Okay, so I've got to figure out how to attach something without this thing rolling over. So we are going to make another tool and hope it works. There. Okay. So then that's what we're going to do. Good Lord. Just, there we go. Hey, Pro, how are you? I am into Series 7 of my crazy idea. And right now I am just building a tool to hold on to the jet, hold on to the turbine while I attach other pieces to it. How was your stream? I didn't get a chance to see much of yours. I was eating and then I was setting all this up. I need 5 followers and I should make affiliate. So I figured I saw that you were on and set the builds on. So my fingers are crossed that when he's done his show, people looking for a Lego might show up here. And I'll get my final 5. Yeah, I saw you were still building it. Oh, don't take it apart. You just put that on. Okay, and I need one of these. Yeah, this is actually my 3rd time streaming today. Is it the 3rd? I think so. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, man. There we go. And that is one assembled. And now for the second one. Yeah, I've been having lots of fun with this. I mean, that's a tool I've used a number of times. This is for pins, the locking pins and whatnot. Drop it in so you can hold on to it and then use a tool to snap on so you can quick release. Yeah, well, I'm trying to make affiliate, and I'm not doing anything else, so I figured I'll put the time in doing this. As soon as I make affiliate, then I'm going to be streaming World of Warcraft again, and lots of other things I want to do. Yeah, but your shows are really manic. Like, you're very animated. That's a lot of energy. That's a performance. So that'll burn a lot of energy. So yeah, I can see that. As you can tell, doing this kind of thing, it's a little more sedate. It's not as fun as your show. I like your show. Your show is just wild. You remind me of Parky. There's 2. Well, no, but apparently you have to be affiliated now to do reruns. They changed that just in the last month. That rule came through. And you need to be affiliate for subs, and I believe bitcoins for the biddies. You need that as well. And I know once I make affiliate, I don't need to keep my hours up and whatnot. Because apparently once you achieve the next level, you don't lose it. So once I do that, I can go back to developing other shows which won't necessarily have an audience. Oh, did I? Thank you. I hope they come back. Yeah, the last few days, I built that earlier today. I finished it, and it was awesome. I have to come back because this particular piece here, the beam and then the 2 clamps, I think I finally figured out a way to build it as lava and better than the way I did it originally. Well, thank you, Angel. I appreciate the follow. You're always welcome back. But I imagine I'll probably run into you more in Jay's stream. Because, yeah, I'm normally not going to stream this much. So later in the evening, I'll be in his stream watching his show, having fun with all the rest of you guys. Okay, so we fixtured that one. And no, you're not an idiot. You're entertaining. That's how I normally am with presentations and stuff when I used to do them. But oh, thank you. I hope you do. And bring friends. Everyone's welcome. Um, oh, I did not finish this. Get back in there. Yeah, I have a lot of my mind doing this, whereas doing other shows, I'm going to be more manic about it. Just sit back, relax, and have fun. I'm working on an idea called portal fishing, which, okay, I'll tell you. Basically, it's a green screen on the floor with a fishing rod, and I'm going to pretend I am fishing anywhere on the planet from my living room. Just sit back, relax, and just chat with people in the room while I'm fishing. And I got ideas how to expand on that idea. Because if you have a portal to anywhere on the planet, you just might grab some McDonald's that way, or do some grocery shopping, or grab a pint of beer. So I got to figure out how to film all that stuff. But yeah, that's one of the things I'm working on. Unfortunately, to start it, there'd be no viewers, and so that means I wouldn't make affiliate. It would hamper that. So that's why I'm focusing on the Lego, lots of Lego shows to get my numbers so I can become an affiliate. I am looking forward to taking a break. I haven't played WoW since Monday. Monday? Tuesday. I played a bit on Tuesday. But I've been pushing hard on this to get that all-important affiliate. I saw, yeah, you ended your show a while ago. I didn't think I'd see you in here. I figured you were done for the night and going to bed. All right, I still gotta note that. So 20. Yeah, that's one of them. Soon I'll be doing something I'm going to call the witching hour, which from midnight to 2 or 3 in the morning, I'm going to play horror suspense games. I have a few ideas for vlogs, fictional vlogs. One deals with an apocalypse. I'm just going to pretend that that's actually happening in the world and sort of reporting on things that way. That was one. I was going to do ghost stories all throughout town. I live in a town called Milton. I'm going to make Milton the most ghost-laden town in all of the world. The vast majority of the stories will be fictional. I mean, I actually don't know of any ghost stories in this town. Although there were 2 executions. They used to execute people here back in the 1860s. 2 people were executed by the magistrate or whatever. Okay, so now you're done. So yeah, I started working on that. I wanted to do mobile streams for that. So yeah, I got lots of ideas, but to develop them now, I'm not likely to make affiliate until they take hold. So I'd rather get the affiliate done first, work on the other shows, and then work towards partner. I'd hope to make partner a year after making affiliate. I know people have done it sooner, quicker, but I also know some people it's taken a lot longer. I mean, by rights, Nick should be a partner, man. For certain. And set the build. And Parky. It's unfortunate that The requirements are they're set for one kind of a stream, which makes sense. But for the creative ones, it's not that supportive when they have these criteria that we have to meet. But hopefully, they'll make partners soon, I hope. That'll be a good sign for all of us that we have a future here. Whoops. Okay, this thing is going to be a beast. Now, I don't think I have a cool way of assembling that. I don't think so. At best, I mean, nah. It's kind of a shame. It'd be nice to have a really fancy way. A lot of this, I think, in terms of assembly plants. I used to make auto parts. I used to work in a factory for that. So when it comes to robotics and fixtures and automation, I'm familiar with it. So I kind of like the idea of all my builds think that way, that if you were going to build robots to build this stuff, they might work sort of like with what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah, because if he was doing traditional builds like, here's a set, you build it, yeah, I don't see how anyone could really make it. But being a creative builder, that's where I think he's going to get it. Yeah. I recall the people that make the Twitch camp streams, the shows. I know some of those guys. They've said like they made partner in 9 months. Now their content is specific. That's the secret. They had the right content at the right time, and put in a lot of hours too. Whereas I think it's a question of, you know, if anyone's going to make it, it's going to be the creative builders, such as Nick, Set to Build, and Parky. And I don't know how large the community is outside of Twitch. I mean, I imagine I should take a look at YouTube and just see how many people are there. It's just a question: at what point do they realize that there is a Twitch community of Lego builders? The idea of being able to watch it live and the communication back and forth. That's the real advantage, and I realize that's the real draw of Twitch to a lot of people, especially the younger crowd. Nothing is this interactive. Nothing else is. I mean, YouTube, you don't need a lot of equipment to make a show, and you can get feedback immediately when you're done because you posted it. But unless you're live streaming, I mean, you and I are having a conversation. You're in the States. I'm in Canada, and here we are just talking, along with other people. I mean, the people that were in here earlier. I mean, one girl, she's from Texas. In this situation, you can ask a question. You can answer a question. I think the themes that Nick works with, specifically Fortnite. I mean, it's a brilliant idea on his part to customize stuff, make mocks using Fortnite as a theme. I think it's brilliant. I was watching his stream when someone posted on Twitter that he was building the Rainbow Smash pickaxe. It was shortly after he started it, and 2,000 people jumped into his channel within about 5 minutes. I think they were all on someone else's channel, something like that, and the person read it and decided to raid Nick. Yeah, he had like 2,000, 2,500 people in his stream, and he picked up, I think he picked up 500 followers from that. I think it was 500. I don't know how many. I think he picked up at least 20, maybe as many as 50 subs from that one moment. So in terms of him making it, yeah. As long as he's picking the right topics as a focus for his themes, yeah, I can see him doing it. Especially if he plans it in a strategic way where he can get those kind of numbers and sustain it for a month. If he can do that, once he makes partner, apparently he wouldn't lose it if his numbers dropped. Yeah, but he'll pick up something else. I mean, something's always trending. I mean, next he might pick a movie, pick books. I don't see music being done. I mean, I can see people who would. Parky seems like someone who would make music mocks, Pink Floyd concert and stuff like that. Parky strikes me as he's the type who would do that kind of music theme stuff. You know, his own rendition of Pink Floyd concerts back in the day. I can see him doing that. But yeah, I think Nick. I think is the one who's going to make it. As long as he keeps figuring that out. As for, I mean, what are the next big games? I don't know. Your friends are on the crazy side. I've also noticed there's like 5 people, I guess, who they host. So when one of you guys jumps and raids someone else, then they pop off. And so they keep floating around, these mysterious hosting people who aren't watching, but you can see them in everyone's stream as everyone passes their audience on. You just see these 5 names always floating along. It's like a little life raft of people just along for the ride. Yeah. Well, you need what? 13 days, 20 hours, and you have to average 70. I thought it was 75. Perhaps planning? No, maybe. It all depends on the rest of the Lego community, wherever it is. Whatever's, wherever they're going on the internet to interact with one another, if they find out and clue into Twitch and its value to them, that that would do it for them. That would help all of us. I mean, Lego's always probably going to be a part of my channel, but I have a lot of other things I want to do. I want to run my channel like a TV station where I have a whole bunch of stuff I do through the course of a week, every 2 weeks, every month. These constant little shows with their own little universe that they exist within, and just entertain that way. I find it curious that there are streamers who play like music requests. Like, I didn't know they could still do that. I mean, Twitch has said, like, copyrighted material is not allowed and you're gonna get nailed for it, and yet people still do it. I'm just curious as to when Twitch is finally going to drop the hammer on it. That's why, I use Pretzel. My laptop can't run Pretzel and stream at the same time, which is why you're not hearing any music. Once I get my hardware problems sorted out, I'll use Pretzel because it's free and it's royalty free. But yeah, I don't know how they're getting away with it. I mean, certainly nobody wants to ban Ninja. I certainly understand that. Where am I? Okay, turbines are in place. Okay. Well, you get to see me tie a knot with hemostats. This will be the third time I've tied knots. Oh, wait a minute. No, they're not tying. Well, in this instance, they're not tying. There's one knot to tie. There's only one, but I just built a helicopter a couple days ago, and I had to tie the hook on the end. Yeah, I know somebody from TMS. It's a Fortnite sponsored team. One or two of their guys got nailed. I know that. I'd heard about a few others. Have you heard something about um, any content on Twitch you can rebroadcast? So if I wanted to watch riff tracks while I was streaming, I can use their sound for my show. Like I'm not using it; it's just it's just background noise for me. I'm watching the show while I'm streaming, and that audio is allowed to go out on my stream, and there's no problems. There's no copyright in that because it's already on Twitch. And you're the right guy to ask because you're actually a lawyer. Ninja talked about it um, in one of his streams. His people were trying to get a hold of Drake to get whitelisted, which I guess means you can actually ask an artist, "Can I play your music without dealing with fees and whatnot?" And if they say yes, then you're more than welcome to play their music. This was a month or two ago, so I don't know whether he ever got that worked out. But yeah, I'm under the impression some people actually can, and it also makes me wonder if at some point someone's going to offer a service for us. Like I mean, we're not TV stations, we're not radio stations, we're not streaming stations. It would be nice, perhaps if say $5 a month, you have access to the music you want to play. I mean, we're dealing with small audiences. I mean, there are four people in here right now. I mean, I'm not going to pay big money for music. I know there's several companies. I'm assuming there's nobody, and maybe this is what someone should do, is start one or a branch of one of them that helps small broadcasters like us. Something where it says if you average, I don't know, 10,000 listeners or viewers within a month, you pay $5. And for that, you can pick the tunes you want and all that kind of thing. If you've got 100,000, you pay $10. And you figure, if you're getting 10,000 views through the course, or let's say 1,000, chances are you're affiliated and you've got some subs, you've got some donations, you're getting bits. $5 a month kind of makes sense. I mean, that would be worth it to me to play the music I'd like to hear. I mean, I'm kind of getting used to the rock station on Pretzel. I'm just going to play Half-Life and play one song off Pretzel. It's called Gordon Freeman Saved My Life, which is the name of your character in Half-Life. And through the course of the game, I don't know if you've played it, you actually save scientists and whatnot. So the song is actually based on the game and the main character saving people. So I actually want to have a sort of a marathon where I'm going to complete the game and only listen to that one song the entire time. So yeah, that's one of my ideas. And the song is free. The guy who made that song and a lot of the rock and roll ones on Pretzel, he donated them all. They're all royalty free. So yeah, it'd be nice if someone would figure out some way that small broadcasters can get access to the music, and the people who should get paid do. Not as much as that they normally see. Like I don't know what the fees are for a radio station. I have a friend who he was the music programmer for a radio station up here, and he says, yeah, they write a check to a company, and that's it. Like, they don't break the list down and say, well, we owe them 50 cents, we owe them a dollar, or whatnot. They just it's one check and that's it. See, that's like yeah, yeah. And I know the management companies are going after the streamers, the streaming companies, and like YouTube, um, like Pandora, YouTube's on the hit list as well because apparently the fees they're paying are nothing compared to what the music's worth. And considering how often people are streaming this music, I mean, my roommate and I, we used to just have friends over and you want to hear a song? YouTube. That's it. Any song you want, you can find on YouTube, and what are they paying? Next to nothing. So yeah, I can see. I guess it's never going to work out. Oh well. It sucks, but hey. Where was I? Da-da. I need an axle. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to get to have a little bit of fun here as well. So, okay, so we need that. I think. What kind of law do you practice? I was just curious. I mean, if you don't want to talk about work, I get it. That's no problem. I'm just generally curious as to what kind of law you practice. Okay. Oh, thank you. That was good talking to you. It's really cool talking to people in here, but I'm usually in here by myself, so I'm always talking to myself. Not like I normally do, because I have to be conscious of the fact that people probably don't want to hear me babble about what I normally do. But it's actually nice to be able to talk to people in here. You have a good night, sir. I will see you in a day or two, I am pretty sure. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. So. Okay. Not the most impressive solution to this one. I think I might actually put this as a revisit. Not out of frustration, but just out of showmanship, I guess. All that should work. Just to keep the line under tension. Oh, I was going to build a winder for this, and now I think about it. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. Here we go. It's quicker doing it this way as compared to the last way I did it. Oh, it's horrible. Okay. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure there are gears that are very loose fitting, so the next one I build hopefully will take care of that problem. Damn. Nope. Apparently there are more people here. Ah. Darrow, you're here? Aren't you at work? Yeah, aren't you supposed to be at work? It's Friday, right? Are you sick, maybe? Kitty cat. Is that the Bruce? Okay, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Huh. Oh, well, whoever's here, you're welcome. More than welcome to stay. If you want to lurk, cool. My name's Arctic, and this little patch of the Twitch universe I call Arctic's Empire. This is Series 7 of this Lego's Lava. So I'm, as you can see up in the upper left corner, that's what I'm building right now. The rules are sort of simple. The Lego set I'm building is lava, so I can't touch them with my bare hands. That's obviously what this is, and everything in the bin, the tray. Everything over here on the side, these are all the various tools I've made to help me with the build. Yeah, so I'm just working along here. I was talking to MLG Pro Lawyer for a while. He's a friend. He does Lego streaming as well. He popped in just before he was going to call it a night to say hi, which was very nice of him. So I need gears. Where are they? I need the hook. Now, the fun part is I actually have to tie the hook on using tweezers or hemostats. I've done it 3 times now, so it's not impossible. I can manage it. 2 gears. Okay. I'm just gonna. Sometimes I put a plate out for parts to hopefully prevent them from rolling off the table. I mean, it's not part of the set, so I can touch this. I can't touch them. Camera view's fine. I keep forgetting to check the camera view to make sure the view for you works. I try and do everything where I take in account of you, the audience, and how you're able to see everything. That's 21. Let's list that steps 1 to 4. Damn it. Over here. Okay, so. Okay. The last winches I had to build, I had to thread the string through the body of the helicopter and then tie it off. Whereas this one, I don't have that problem. I can actually do the complete assembly here, and then I just snap it on, which is nice. That's a nice change. So, take that out. Okay, I think that's it. This is my stand, just to hold it in place. And whoops. No, I'm not going to worry about it. Now, no, I've got no fancy way of doing that. So, okay, so the stand's not going to work anymore. But I can still use part of it. Okay, so now it is time. Whoop. What the heck happened there? Oh, there we go. Okay, so now I get to tie a knot. Okay, so no, these are way too big. I think there's someone else here. If there is, please say hi so I know, because I know there are a lot of bots and system scanning and just hanging around in channels. So there actually isn't someone watching. I mean, right now I could use every viewer I can get and every follower. So I'm not complaining. But if there is someone new out there, I'd appreciate a follow. Doesn't cost you anything. Follows are free, so please feel free to follow, as I've been saying. Okay. Come on, come on, I almost got you. There we go. There's one loop. Now I think I just shot myself on the foot. I may have closed this up too small. I didn't want to leave too much of a tail, but it looks like I may have. Okay, so I can pull some more. Okay. Oh, I think there was someone here briefly, but now they are gone. Caitlin, are you in here? I'm guessing not, because you would have definitely had said hello. See, this is where I always have a problem. Maybe it's a question of having the right hemostat in the correct hand. And to think doctors do this all the time. Seek R. Thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. That means I only need 4 more. 4 more followers and I become an affiliate. Which hopefully I'll have by the end of the weekend. And once I get that, I can work on other shows. Shows that won't have an audience for a while. But once I have affiliate, I don't have to worry about the numbers. So I can put my time into creating other shows to keep people entertained. Okay. Okay, so what am I doing? That's all done. Cool. So, as you probably guess, my name's Arctic. As I'm now saying, this part of the Twitch universe is Arctic's Empire. My show right now is This Lego is Lava. So in the upper right corner, you can see the model that I'm building. This is the set. All the pieces of the Lego set that's being built is lava, so I can't touch them with my bare hands. But there are other Lego pieces here being used to make tools, fixtures, jigs, stands to help me put it together without using my hands. So I've got all kinds of tools. I've taken things apart to build different kinds of tools. I've modified tools. This is my 7th Lego set built this way. I have bigger sets and Technic sets that eventually I want to get to, and I want to try and build them as well. I'm just doing the city sets because they're simpler, so it gives me a chance to learn and figure some stuff out before I hit the really difficult and challenging sets. Okay, so that's done. So what's a 6? Okay, yeah. And now I can attach it. So I don't have any fancy solution for this. The way I look at this is, the way I'm building is if I was supposed to build robots to do this. For some reason, I was supposed to come up with an automated way to build the sets. This is sort of me experimenting with how I would do it. I mean, who knows? Somewhere down the road, I might try and build robots to do the assembly, this piece, and then build another robot just to demonstrate it. I mean, I don't see myself ever owning a Lego robotic line to build a set. I don't see that. I don't think I would do that. But there might be times where I would build a small Lego robotic system to simply take one part and put it in place, and then, maybe another part, and that's it. Just to show how robotics works. I used to work in the automotive industry building auto parts, so I'm familiar with the whole clamps and fixtures and sub-assemblies and welds and all that kind of stuff, and the way the robotics and weld cells work and are designed. So I just figured I know that. I like Lego, so let's kind of put the two together and see what happens. Okay, so we are now on to another subsystem to build. Yeah, I hope so. People who've been coming in, some of them think I'm crazy. One person told me to blink 3 times if I'm being held prisoner. That was earlier today, and I did not blink 3 times. Yeah, it's just there are a lot of Lego builders on Twitch, and just the only thing I could think of to really stand out, something that's interesting and new and different. And something, the problem solving was sort of an unexpected bonus in this because I originally just figured, some tweezers, some tools, whatnot, like all kinds of stuff, just a bunch of this stuff, and just build Lego and talk to people, have a good day. As I got into the more larger sets, the more complicated ones, I started to realize like, hey, I actually need to build tools to finish these. And now that's probably the really interesting part for me now. It's like, at what point, I mean, I've actually been picking sets out, trying to figure out which ones would present problems. Um, this one, I finished this one today. Once a model is done, it's no longer lava, so you can touch it. But this piece right here, there's a claw hook, and a rod, and I couldn't think of a mechanical way of putting it together. So I literally took two pairs of pliers and just pressed the ends in, and that was it. I now have an idea on how to do it in a more mechanical fashion. So I've actually made a notation to revisit. That's what the thing in the lower right is. Just just a notation to figure out when I had to make a tool to continue. Because my hope is that there might be some people interested in pursuing building Lego this way, and so it's a way for people to compare notes. Um, Whatever solutions I come up with, someone might come up with different ones. Someone might come up with a solution to a problem I couldn't. So it just gives something for people to share and work towards and challenge one another. Who can, because at some point I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit a build fault where I have to use my bare hands. I'm hoping I don't. I hope I'm always able to figure out a way around it to build something to do it. But, if you scroll down, you'll see there's a rough copy of the guidelines for building Lego this way. I still need to make some corrections and some additions to it, but yeah, so I built that today, and that was cool. I don't know how many tools I had to make to put it together. Unfortunately, I've had to take half of them apart to build other tools. But other tools, I mean, I've had that through 3 builds. I've used that through 3 builds, that 3 builds. I've used that through 2 builds. I've used that for 3 builds, I think, at least. Yeah, so I hope that in time people come by and check this out. And for those who enjoy problem solving in a very different way, might take up the challenge and have fun with this. And so I appreciate your follow. It gets me one step closer. I've actually streamed twice today already. I streamed 3 times yesterday. And I think I streamed 2. Yeah, I've been streaming a lot in the last 7 days. Just trying to get followers and get my viewer hours up so I qualify for affiliate. Okay, so no, I don't need this yet. So I need, where is it? Gray plate and an orange block. Do you play with Lego or build models or anything? Or are you a gamer? I figure most people are on Twitch or come to Twitch for gaming first. I mean, the gaming community is huge. The creative community is small, but understandable. I mean, it's a new thing to stream creative projects. Okay. See, there we go. Yeah. For this show, I stream on my laptop. My main computer's behind me, so and I don't want to move it around, so I use the laptop. The laptop really can't do this job. It can barely stream. Okay, EVA, vacuum forming? I'm not exactly sure EVA. I'm guessing that's vacuum forming or vacuum molding. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. Yeah, I'm not familiar with EVA. Oh yeah. The soft foam mats that they make, the mats for kids play areas, or is it like the really hard, durable rubber? Well, you said foam rubber, so yeah. So you cut the mats, or you actually make molds and then pour the foam rubber gel into, or yeah, I've seen that stuff. Yeah, yeah. I've been tempted to buy it. I don't know why. I just think it's really cool. So when you build props, what kind of props? It might help me understand more. Okay. Oh, okay. I understand. Yeah. I saw someone. There was a video on. I don't have Nightbot set up for any of that yet. I'm sorry. I wish I did, but I keep forgetting to figure out how to do the permissions and whatnot. So yeah, I don't even know how to allow that right now. I'm really sorry. What if you share the link part without the www dot or whatever? I'm thinking that might let you do it. You might be able to copy and paste that. Okay, where is this damn thing? What time is it? Good Lord, it's 3 o'clock. Okay. Well, it's nice to meet someone who knows what they're doing, because I don't. I've just been focusing on streaming. Oh, okay, cool. Okay. I'm going to click on this, but I might lose the feed because I'm not running a browser right now. I have a browser running on a tablet. Oh, wait a minute. I'll just do it here. Yeah. I can't run a browser and stream at the same time. My laptop doesn't have that kind of power. So let me check this out. Cool. The helm with the horns is wild. A snitch. I'm thinking the green guy might be Gumby in the works. Some of this gear's for LARPing. I mean, it looks like it'd be perfect for it. That's cool. And I see what you mean. Yeah, the sticks. Stick building. The sorting hat. Bubo from Clash of the Titans. There's something you don't see very often. That's really cool. I'm guessing it's a picture of you. So you actually remember Clash of the Titans with you might have a business making stuff for LARPing. I don't LARP either. I played D&D years ago, but I like your shields, the helm with the horns. Yeah, you might have a business there on the side. Plus, it's something you enjoy doing. Oh, thank you for sharing that. That's really awesome. And thank you for showing me how to release permissions. I will have to keep that in mind. Okay, I am missing. Oh, there they are. Okay. Yeah, LARPing is a big thing. Well, LARPing not so much, but cosplay is, especially in Twitch, man. I mean, there are channels and channels of people making LARPing and cosplay costumes and stuff. A number of them are working hard at it because of TwitchCon. A number of people are going, so I guess there's lots of cosplay there. BlizzCon's coming up soon, so I imagine there's going to be tons of people cosplaying that. They cosplay anything. I mean, there are probably people who do cosplay when they go to the dentist now. It's becoming such a big thing. Okay. Now, these little pieces, I'm going to call these dots as well. If you've seen any of the other shows, you'll hear me say, I hate dots. That's what these are. Any very, very small pieces, I call dots, and I hate them because they have a habit of being kicked across the room. When you grab onto them, the tool slips. It snaps. It's like snapping your fingers. It throws them across the room. So I hate dots. I'm always worried I'm going to lose them. Oh, yeah, it would make sense. I don't think I have any plans for cosplay stuff. No. I have other creative ideas for other shows. I want to design my channel to be like a TV station in which I'll have a number of shows that there are segments of through the course of a week, 2 weeks, and a month. And yeah, so you'd come by and watch TV shows basically on my channel. That's what I want to do. Okay, I thought I saw the Elder Wand. I wasn't sure. The sorting hat I recognize, yeah, and the snitch. The sorting hat looked really cool. I like that. A Harry Potter themed wedding. I don't think you would have ever heard of anything like that 20 years ago. Things are different now. People are a lot more. It's okay to be a geek and a nerd these days. It's more acceptable, so we're all running around doing the things we enjoy, and now we're openly sharing all that stuff. That's cool. I mean, back in the old days, well, you've never even heard of anyone doing a Star Wars wedding or anything like that. Nobody would ever dare. Well, maybe if you lived in California. Everything seems cool in California. Whatever you want to do, go ahead, do it. I guess the closest we had was um, Vegas weddings with Elvis, or which I would do if I had a choice. If I was going to get married, I would hope my wife to be would be cool with being married by an Elvis in Vegas. I would love to do that. The Marauders. I really did like that Marauders map part of the movies. I thought it was a brilliant. Actually, I think most of everything of the books is brilliant. What a way to reinvent magic and fantasy and all that. Well, if you've got a wedding to go to, and for me it's 3 in the morning, I'm guessing you're on the West Coast to still be up? Oh, where is it? Where did it go? I don't know. There you are. So, oh, I didn't even think about the other side. You're on the other side of the pond. Nope, yeah, I can't touch that. So, excuse me. Let's okay. So, I have built a fixture to hold on to the part. Just gonna throw a wedge in there. So now I can try and put the dots on. They're supposed to go on upside down. Okay, so let's try these. A cup of tea sounds great, but I'm going to bed soon. I'm in Canada, on the East Coast, well, Ontario, so for me it's 3 in the morning and I can't drink any more tea. It'll keep me up all night, which I don't want. Okay. I probably should have done this build in a different order. I mean, this is the way they're doing it in the instructions, but in this case, I probably should have put the dots on first and then put the post on in place. These particular dots are dangerous to deal with because of the angle. Trying to get the part to sit properly without launching it across the room is not easy. I still haven't come up with a way to really do it. Well, actually, that worked well. So I may have come up with a new technique of dealing with it. There we go. So now they're mounted where they're supposed to go. And that's another tool. Two, three. Oh, we're in a subset again. Damn. So this is page 32. Step 3 needed a fixture. Okay. Okay, so there's a sub-assembly, and I have, oh, okay, there's that. So, let's do it this way. So they're on the inside. Okay, so that's done. Okay. Okay, I guess we can do it this way. Now the question is, just a little bit. Whoops. There we go. Okay, I understand. Okay. And whoops. Okay. Alexa, next. Tea sounds good. But not till tomorrow. I've already had, well, yeah, as I said, I'm going to bed soon, so tea is not a good idea. Although I'll probably have some Ovaltine. I picked that habit up from my dad, along with the tea drinking. Somewhere in here, there's a chair. And a black tile. Oh, yeah, you know what? You should put it in the right spot. There we go. Now, whoops, come here, come here, come here. Just behave yourself. There we go. Ouch. No, we'll just leave it like that for now. Just something to support the end in case. I actually, yeah, I watch his show. I follow him. In a video, you mean his the blind, like, so he can't see, and one-handed with a sock on his hand, or has he got a different way that I haven't seen yet? I like Barky. He's a little crazy. Yeah, I've seen the blind build. I've also seen him and a few others with the little minifig bags. I guess they're sealed so you can't see inside them, but they're feeling around and they try and figure out which minifig it is by the shapes inside. I guess a lot of it has to do with the hat, and if there's any extra stuff like, you know, like maybe a scuba tank or a helmet, or I've seen them do that. Yeah, I was gonna watch Parky on Thursday, I think, but apparently he's not feeling well. He's a little sick, so he didn't do his normal Thursday stream. That's the beauty of Lego. It is tough to find Lego cheap. I've looked out. Well, these sets in particular, they were on sale. I buy them at the grocery mart I go to. These ones, but other sets, liquidation companies. Um, there's one in town. I picked up a few sets for 50% off, 75% off their normal retail price, and a thrift shop or two. I've been in there and I've picked up stuff for half price. Okay, I don't think I actually need to worry about that. So let's just put it in its place. Okay. Oh, okay. So it sounds like yeah, gross. Yeah, I understand. I didn't know they were called that. I think they also call them swap meets, maybe. There are so many different types of Lego sets now. I mean, this is the city set, and I mean there's a jungle theme, sub theme. There's an Arctic sub theme. Uh, there's a geology sub uh, set. Then you got that Ninjago, the Technics, and then all the Harry Potter stuff. Like, it's crazy just how much stuff is actually being made. Yeah, I see. There's actually a business in that now. You see it on eBay a lot, and sometimes in Amazon as well. People are just going to garage sales, thrift stores, bazaars, buying Lego up dirt cheap, and then they bag it and then sell it by the pound. Some of this stuff came there. Some of this is faux Lego, what I call faux Lego. Like, yeah, there are no Lego logos stamped on the tops of these studs. So this isn't real Lego. This is a knockoff, and not great. The knockoff stuff, no. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, it's super dirt cheap. So if you just want to play around, that's yeah, they're okay. But you'll find that in certain cases they don't fit very well. I mean, in some cases the fit is too tight, and in other cases the fit is too loose. I mean, that one's not bad, but in other cases the fit they don't hold together very well. The plastic isn't as good, and I guess the dyes are they probably don't clean the dyes as often. So, but for making simple tools and whatnot, that's part of the reason why I bought it. I had no idea I was going to be doing this with them though. Speaking of hammer, I've actually used this. Occasionally just to tap a part in. No, but people have made comments to other people about, well, why don't you just take a hammer to it now that you've finished building it? I guess they want to do the whole Buddhist mandala, mandala. Ah, the sand art mosaics they make and then they sweep it away. I guess it's a Buddhist moment. I guess they're hoping for. I haven't done it. So we're at just past 3:30. So I think I'm just going to put this last piece in and I'm going to call it a night. Okay, so let's you back over. Turn you around to the camera. I don't have a fancy way of dealing with these pieces. I wish I did. Really cool way to put them into place, but there we go. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna call it. Sorry, I don't mean to leave you, but yeah, I'm not sure how long I've been streaming today. I've been streaming. This is my third stream of the day, and so I think I'm at 7 hours, maybe. My stopwatch stopped again. Damn. Let's see, what time did I come back? 1 o'clock. I've been here about, yeah, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 45 minutes this time. I streamed for 2 hours before, so it's 5. Yeah, I'm roughly 7 or 8 hours now. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you sharing your work. And the follow. The follow means a lot as well. All the support I can get to make affiliate. Enjoy the wedding. I think Harry Potter wedding is really cool. Have a really good day and congratulations.